Being part of a NASCAR pit crew seems like an exciting job. The speed, the adrenaline, the teamwork. But when you take a closer look at the life of a crew member, it becomes clear that it's not as glamorous as it may seem. The pressure, the physical toll, and the constant travel make it one of the toughest jobs in sports. So, what's really like to be behind the scenes, in the heat of the moment when every second counts? Have you ever wondered how the pit crew handles the stress of getting everything right in a split second? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the sacrifices are worth the rush of the race, or is it a job that takes too much? Being a member of a NASCAR pit crew may seem exciting at first glance, with adrenaline pumping and the opportunity to be at the heart of the action during the races. However, the reality of this job is much harder and more stressful than many imagine. The pit crew members are the backbone of each race, but what most people don't see are the sacrifices and the physical and mental toll that come with the job. Time is everything. Every second counts, and precision is crucial. During a pit stop, mechanics and other crew members have only a few seconds to change tires, refuel, and make adjustments to the car. Mistakes can cost the team the victory and ruin months of preparation. The pressure to be fast and precise is immense, and a single error can be disastrous. In addition to the pressure of time, physical strain is also a major challenge. The job requires strength, endurance, and agility, as pit crew members must be able to move quickly and in coordination, often in a hot and stuffy environment, with the deafening sound of cars racing around. The repetitive nature of fast movements and the need to maintain high performance during each race increase the risk of injuries and extreme fatigue. Mentally, the job is also draining. The responsibility of ensuring a perfect pit stop, knowing that millions of fans are watching and that every mistake can be magnified, creates a level of stress that few sports require. For pit crew members, focus and concentration are needed at all times. When they're not in action, they're preparing for the next pit stop, reviewing videos and strategies with pressure constantly looming. Furthermore, the life of a pit crew member is marked by constant travel. They're always on the move, from one track to another, far from home and family. The job requires total dedication, and often crew members have to put their personal life on the back burner. The intense pace and long working hours, not to mention the countless hours of training, make this role a true sacrifice. In summary, being a NASCAR pit crew member is not just about the excitement of being in the middle of the action. It's a high-risk, high-wear job with constant pressure to deliver perfect results. While the reward of a victory is worth it, the price paid by the crew members is heavy, and the stress, exhaustion, and injuries make many ask, is it worth it? As the season progresses, the toll on the body and mind only intensifies. The constant travel, the back-to-back races, and the endless preparation leave little room for rest. Each pit stop may last only seconds, but the work and energy put into those moments are relentless. After each race, there's no time to relax. It's already time to prepare for the next one. The pressure doesn't subside when the checkered flag falls. If anything, it escalates as the expectations rise for the next performance. The physical demands are extreme, and injuries are an ever-present risk. The repetitive nature of the movements required during each pit stop, coupled with the fast pace, leads to joint problems, muscle strain, and over time, chronic fatigue. Many crew members face issues like tendinitis, back pain, and knee problems, injuries that can hinder their ability to perform but often need to be ignored or pushed through to stay in the game. It's not uncommon for a pit crew member to be in pain, but to keep working because the team can't afford to fall behind. Mentally, the strain is just as taxing. With each pit stop, the crew is under the scrutiny of millions of fans, analysts, and sponsors. The pressure to get it right every time is relentless. A single mistake can cost the team valuable time and sometimes even ruin the race. The crew is not just responsible for changing tires or refueling, they're responsible for the team's success, carrying the weight of the race on their shoulders. They may not have the spotlight that drivers or coaches do, but their contributions are just as crucial. One of the toughest parts about being in the pit crew is the lack of recognition. The driver gets the cheers, the media attention, and the fame. But when the race is won, the pit crew's efforts are often overlooked. No one remembers the flawless tire change that helped keep the car in the race, or the quick refueling that made the difference. The crew's hard work is often only acknowledged when something goes wrong, and that's when the blame falls squarely on their shoulders. As the career of a pit crew member continues, the physical and emotional toll starts to catch up. The exhaustion becomes more difficult to shake off, and the satisfaction from a well-executed pit stop starts to feel less rewarding as time goes on. The personal sacrifices become harder to ignore. Missed family events, long hours away from home, and the lack of time to enjoy life outside the track. But despite the pain, the pressure, and the sacrifice, the crew members keep going because they know that without them, there would be no race. Their work is the silent engine behind every victory, and their commitment, no matter how grueling, is what keeps the sport moving forward. In the end, being a NASCAR pit crew member is about resilience, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. It's a job that demands everything and gives little in return, but it's one that these individuals continue to pour their hearts and souls into, knowing that their role is vital to the sport. Even as the physical and mental weight grows heavier, the commitment to the team and the thrill of the race keeps them going, one pit stop at a time. As the season drags on, the exhaustion grows more persistent. The endless cycle of races, the stress of constant travel, and the relentless pursuit of perfection begins to wear down even the most seasoned pit crew members. The body, once strong and agile, starts to feel the cumulative toll of countless pit stops, repetitive movements, and long, sleepless nights. They find themselves waking up sore, aching in places they never thought possible, and wondering how much longer they can keep pushing their bodies to the limit. Mentally, the strain is even more evident. The constant noise, the roar of the engine, the pressure to make split-second decisions, and the weight of knowing that a single misstep can cost the team the victory, it all starts to take its toll. The pit crew becomes isolated in a world that never stops moving, constantly focused on the next race, the next pit stop. Conversations outside the pit become scarce, and personal lives feel like distant memories. As the career of a pit crew member continues, the physical and emotional toll starts to catch up. The exhaustion becomes more difficult to shake off, and the satisfaction from a well-executed pit stop starts to feel less rewarding as time goes on. The personal sacrifices become harder to ignore. Missed family events, long hours away from home, and the lack of time to enjoy life outside the track. But despite the pain, the pressure, and the sacrifice, the crew members keep going because they know that without them, there would be no race. Their work is the silent engine behind every victory, and their commitment, no matter how grueling, is what keeps the sport moving forward. In the end, being a NASCAR pit crew member is about resilience, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. It's a job that demands everything and gives little in return, but it's one that these individuals continue to pour their hearts and souls into, knowing that their role is vital to the sport. Even as the physical and mental weight grows heavier, the commitment to the team and the thrill of the race keeps them going, one pit stop at a time. As the season drags on, the exhaustion grows more persistent. The endless cycle. The focus is entirely on the next race, and everything else fades into the background. It's not just the physical and mental exhaustion that weighs on them, it's the emotional toll as well. The highs of a well-executed pit stop are fleeting, often overshadowed by the anticipation of the next race, the next challenge. But the lows can last forever. A mistake that costs the team the race, a tire change that's half a second too slow. These moments can linger in the mind of a pit crew member, haunting them long after the race is over. Worried, the fear of failure becomes a constant companion, fueling a cycle of self-doubt and pressure. And then there's the question of longevity. With every passing year, the body becomes more worn, more fragile. A pit crew member's career isn't measured in decades like some other professional athletes. It's often a much shorter span. The team can only rely on a crew member's physical abilities for so long before the wear and tear becomes too much. The thought of being replaced, of no longer being able to keep up, creeps into their minds more often as they age. Even though they've given everything to the team, they know that if they can't keep up, the job will move on without them. Despite all this, there's an undeniable bond between the pit crew members. They are a family, brought together by their shared commitment, sacrifices, and passion for the sport. They understand each other's pain, frustrations, and the fleeting moments of victory. When they're on the track, they're not just working, they're part of something bigger. The adrenaline, the speed, the teamwork, it's the heart and soul of NASCAR. And even though the job is grueling, they wouldn't trade it for anything. Because when everything falls into place and the pit stop is perfect, there's nothing more satisfying than knowing that their hard work helped push the team toward victory. In the end, being a NASCAR pit crew member is about more than just quick hands and sharp reflexes. It's about sacrifice, resilience, and an unspoken bond that holds the team together, even when the road ahead is long and filled with challenges. It's a job that demands everything, body, mind, and spirit, but offers little in return. Yet these individuals continue to give their all, driven by their love for the sport and the thrill of the race, no matter how exhausting the journey may be. In the end, being a NASCAR pit crew member is more than just fast hands and quick thinking. It's about dedication, sacrifice, and pushing your limits for a moment of glory. But with the physical and mental strain they face, is it really worth it? As the seasons pass, the pressure only grows, and the future of the crew member's career becomes uncertain. Still, they continue to give it their all, driven by passion and the thrill of racing. What do you think? Is this lifestyle something you'd be willing to trade everything for, or does the cost outweigh the reward? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.